Most people lose their entire day before they even open their eyes. Not because of bad luck, not because life is unfair, but because of what they do in the first 10 minutes after waking up. And I'm not talking about cold showers, 4 a.m. alarms, or some insane military routine. I'm talking about something so much simpler that it almost feels like cheating. The ancient Stoics knew it. Japanese monks have practiced it for centuries. And modern neuroscience is finally proving why it works. Yet 95% of people do the exact opposite every single morning and then wonder why they feel anxious, overwhelmed, and behind before the day has even started. Today, I'm going to show you the wise way of starting your day. No stress, no pressure, no nonsense, just simple, quiet, powerful habits that change everything. Welcome to Simple Wise Way. Let me paint a picture for you. It's 7 a.m. Your alarm goes off. Before your eyes are even fully open, your hand reaches for your phone. You check the time. Then you see notifications, 3 emails, 2 messages, a news headline about something terrible happening somewhere in the world. Someone liked your post. Someone didn't reply to your message from last night. And just like that, within 60 seconds of being alive today, your brain is no longer yours. It belongs to everyone else. Your boss, your friends, the news, social media, strangers on the internet. You haven't even gotten out of bed and you're already reacting. You're already behind. You're already stressed. And here's the brutal part. This isn't a bad morning. This is your every morning. This is the default. And because it's the default, you don't even realize it's a choice, but it is a choice. And it's the most important choice you make every single day. Because how you start your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. Not sometimes, every single time. There's an old Zen proverb that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. And nowhere is this more true than in the first hour of your day. If you start your morning in chaos, you carry that chaos into your work, your conversations, your decisions, your energy. If you start your morning with intention, with calm, with clarity, you carry that into everything too. This isn't motivation. This is physics. An object in motion stays in motion. And the direction you start moving in the morning is the direction you keep moving all day. So let's talk about the wise way, and I want to be clear about something before we start. This is not about adding more to your morning. Most people already feel like they don't have enough time. The last thing you need is a 27-step morning routine that takes 3 hours and requires you to wake up before the sun exists. The wise way is about subtraction. It's about removing the things that steal your calm before you've had a chance to find it. It's about doing less, but doing it with presence. Simple. Quiet, intentional. That's the simple, wise way. The first principle is this: protect the first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes of your day are sacred, and I don't use that word lightly. Here's why. When you first wake up, your brain is transitioning from sleep to wakefulness. During this window, your brainwave activity is moving from theta waves, which are associated with deep relaxation and creativity, to alpha waves, which are calm, alertness, before eventually reaching beta waves, which is your normal waking state of active thinking. That theta to alpha window is incredibly powerful. Your mind is open, it's impressionable, it's quiet. And whatever you feed it in those first few minutes gets absorbed deeply, much more deeply than information you consume later in the day. So if the first thing you feed your brain is stress, anxiety, other people's problems, and bad news, you're programming your nervous system for a stress response before you've even stood up. Your cortisol spikes, your heart rate increases. Your body enters a low-grade fight or flight mode, and it stays there. But if you protect those first 15 minutes, if you keep them calm, slow, and intentional, You're giving your nervous system a completely different instruction. You're telling your body we're safe, we have time, we're in control, and your body listens. So practically, what does this look like? It looks like not touching your phone for the first 15 minutes after you wake up. That's it. That's the entire practice. No checking emails, no scrolling Instagram, no reading the news, just 15 minutes of being awake without being connected. I know that sounds simple, and I know some of you are already thinking, but I need my phone for my alarm. Fine. Turn off the alarm and put the phone face down in another room. Or buy a $5 alarm clock. This is not a logistics problem. This is a priorities problem. 15 minutes, that's all. Protect them like your peace depends on it. Because it does. The second principle, move before you think. This doesn't mean go run a marathon. This doesn't mean hit the gym at 5 a.m. This means before you start planning, worrying, analyzing, and overthinking your day, move your body, even for 2 minutes. Why? Because your body wakes up before your mind does. And when you move your body first, you're working with your biology instead of against it. A gentle stretch, a slow walk to the window, rolling your shoulders, touching your toes, standing outside and breathing fresh air for 60 seconds. That's enough. The Japanese have a practice called Ragyo Taiso, which is radio calisthenics. It's a simple 3-minute stretching routine that has been broadcast on national radio every morning since 1928. Millions of Japanese people, from school children to 90-year-old grandparents, do this gentle routine every single morning. It's not intense, it's not impressive, but it wakes the body up gently and tells the mind, we're ready. There's deep wisdom in this. Most of us try to think our way into a good day. We plan, we strategize, we make mental to-do lists while still lying in bed, but the body doesn't respond to thoughts. It responds to movement. And when you move first, even gently, everything else becomes easier. Your thoughts are clearer, your mood lifts, your energy stabilizes. Move before you think. Let the body lead. The mind will follow. The third principle, 1 cup, full attention. In Japan, there is an entire philosophy built around the preparation and drinking of tea. It's called chado, the way of tea. And at its core, it's not really about tea at all. It's about presence. It's about giving your full, undivided attention to one simple act. You don't need to practice a formal tea ceremony, but you can borrow the wisdom behind it. When you make your morning coffee or tea, make it with full attention. Don't scroll your phone while the water boils. Don't mentally rehearse your meetings while you pour. Just make your drink. Watch the water. Feel the warmth of the cup. Smell it. Taste the first sip like it's the only thing happening in the universe. This sounds almost absurdly simple. And that's why it's so powerful, because in a world that constantly demands your attention in 100 directions at once, choosing to put all of your attention on one small thing is a radical act of calm. 2 minutes of full presence with your morning cup does more for your mental state than 30 minutes of anxious multitasking. It trains your brain to be here, not in yesterday's regrets, not in tomorrow's worries, here, now. This cup, this moment. And here's what's beautiful. That presence carries forward. When you practice being fully present with something small, you become better at being present with everything else. Your conversations improve, your focus improves, your ability to enjoy simple moments improves. All from 1 cup of coffee done with attention. The fourth principle, set one intention, not 20 goals. Most people start their day with a mental avalanche. Everything they need to do crashes into their awareness at once. The emails, the deadlines, the errands, the obligations, and they feel buried before they've even begun. The wise way is different. Before you step into your day, ask yourself one question. What is the one thing that matters most today? Not the 10 things, not the 20 things, the one thing, the single task, conversation, or action that, if you completed it, would make today feel meaningful regardless of what else happens. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, used to begin each day by reminding himself of what was within his control and letting go of everything else. He didn't try to conquer the world before breakfast. He focused on what was essential and released the rest. This is incredibly freeing because when you have one clear intention, you have direction. You have a filter for every decision that comes at you during the day. Someone asks you to do something. You can ask, does this support my one intention for today? If yes, do it. If no, it can wait. One intention, written down, clear and specific, not be productive. That means nothing. Something like finish the first draft of chapter 3, or have an honest conversation with my partner, or complete the presentation for tomorrow. One thing, clear, doable, meaningful. You'll be amazed at how much calmer your day feels when you stop trying to do everything and start committing to one thing. The fifth principle, prepare the night before. This one isn't technically a morning habit, but it might be the most important thing on this list, because the wisest morning routine actually begins the night before. Before you go to sleep, take 5 minutes to prepare for tomorrow. Lay out your clothes, write down your one intention for the next day, clear your desk, pack your bag, make one decision about what you'll have for breakfast. Why does this matter? Because every decision you make in the morning costs energy. Psychologists call it decision fatigue. Your brain has a limited amount of decision-making power each day, and every choice, no matter how small, drains it. What to wear, what to eat, where to start. These seem trivial, but they add up, and they add up fastest in the morning when your willpower is fresh but also fragile. When you make these decisions the night before, you wake up with a clear path. There's no friction. There's no, what should I do first? You already know. You just follow the path you laid out for yourself when you were calm and clear-headed. The Japanese have a concept related to this called junbi, which simply means preparation. In martial arts, junbi is the state of being ready before the action begins. A samurai didn't figure out his strategy in the middle of a fight. He prepared everything beforehand so that when the moment came, he could move without hesitation. Your morning is your moment. Prepare for it the night before, and you'll move through it without hesitation, without stress, without wasted energy. The sixth principle, let silence be part of your morning. This might be the hardest one for most people because we've become terrified of silence. The moment things get quiet, we reach for noise, a podcast, music, the TV, anything to fill the void. But silence isn't a void. Silence is a space. And in that space, something important happens. You hear yourself, not the version of you that reacts to the world, the real you. The quiet voice underneath all the noise that actually knows what you need, what you want, and what matters. You don't need to meditate for an hour. You don't need to sit cross-legged and chant. Just give yourself 2 to 3 minutes of silence somewhere in your morning. Maybe while your coffee brews, maybe while you stand by the window, maybe while you sit in your car before starting the engine. Just be quiet. Don't consume anything. Don't produce anything. Just exist for a moment. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And we waste it most in the morning when we fill every second with noise and stimulation and never give ourselves a moment to simply be. Silence in the morning is not wasted time. It's the most productive thing you can do. Because clarity doesn't come from doing more. Clarity comes from getting quiet enough to hear what actually matters." So let me bring this all together. The wise way of starting your day isn't about doing more. It's about doing less with more intention. Protect your first 15 minutes. Keep them screen-free and calm. Move your body before you engage your mind. Even 2 minutes is enough. Give your full attention to one simple ritual. A cup of tea, a cup of coffee. Be fully there. Set one clear intention for the day, not a to-do list. One thing that matters. Prepare the night before. Remove friction so your morning flows without decisions, and let silence be part of your morning. Give yourself space to hear your own thoughts before the world starts shouting. None of this is complicated. None of this requires you to wake up at 4 a.m. or buy anything or change your entire schedule. It just requires you to be a little more intentional about how you enter each day. And here's what I've found. When your morning is calm, you are calm. When you are calm, you make better decisions. When you make better decisions, your day goes better. When your day goes better, your week goes better. And when enough weeks go better, your life goes better. Not because of some dramatic transformation, but because of a quiet shift in how you begin. That's the simple, wise way. Small changes, deep impact, no stress. There's an old Japanese saying, the morning is wiser than the evening. Your best thinking, your clearest mind, your deepest calm, they're all available to you first thing in the morning. But only if you stop giving those first precious minutes away to everyone and everything else. Tomorrow morning, try just one of these principles, just one. Protect the first 15 minutes or make your coffee with full attention. Or sit in silence for 2 minutes. Start with one. See how it feels. And if it feels right, add another the next week. You don't need to change your life overnight. You just need to change your morning. And your morning will change the rest. If this resonated with you, leave a like and subscribe to Simple Wise Way. I make videos about simple wisdom that actually works in real everyday life. No hype, no pressure, just quiet ideas that make a real difference. Drop a comment and tell me what your current morning looks like and which of these principles you want to try first. I read every single comment and I'll see you in the next one. Start tomorrow gently. Start tomorrow wisely. I'll see you there.